So Disney has their first bisexual lead character in this show, Owl House. If you haven't heard of the show Owl House, it's basically about a little girl hanging out with a witch in hell. Not even making that up. That's the whole premise of the show. Even the creator, the one on the left with the blue hair, has mentioned it herself, that this is the whole premise of the show about a girl hanging out with a witch in hell. Not even kidding you. And, there's so many messed up things about that. Like, first of all, a kid should never have those type of dark, demented things just put in their psyche at such a young age. And another thing that was really crazy that I learned is that this creator of this show has actually used real witchcraft books for inspiration while creating the show. In the writer's room, there are books of witchcraft for them to read, and it's just messed up. There's actually a video that goes so much more into depth about this show. It's called The Owl House by Little Light Studios. They're a great channel. If you haven't subbed yet, I highly recommend looking at their stuff. They have a lot of exposés on these type of issues, and I think they're just amazing. So check out their channel and watch that video that they have. I want to talk about the fact that there is a bisexual character in this show. There's so many things that are wrong with that. This is desensitizing children to thinking that their whole identity is their sexuality. It's all about who they like. Is it a boy? Is it a girl? Who likes me back? What my identity is who I like, which it's not. It is absolutely not, and it should not be put into a kid's psyche. It should not be portrayed upon a child in a show, cartoon or not, what their sexual preference is. This show is obviously for kids. I'm not watching this show, and you're not watching this show. Who's watching this show? Children, okay? So children should not have to worry about their gender identity or their sexual preference or their sexual identity. In the word bisexual, it literally says sexual, sexuality. Okay? There should not be a kid who is bisexual in this show. At the end of the day, this is not only desensitizing kids to thinking that their whole identity wraps around who they like or who likes them back. It's pedophilic to put a sexuality upon a child. If it's a cartoon or not, it doesn't matter. They have said this kid likes girls or boys, and she is a bisexual. Even the writer herself, Dana Terrace, tweeted this. She said, "I'm bi. I want to write a bi character." And then she cussed, which, you are such a great role model for children. And why is this lady writing children's shows? But anyways, from that herself, you can see she wrote that herself. It's obvious that she's portraying her own sexual preference upon a child. And that is not okay to do. This character was made and it was created. It didn't need to have any type of sexuality upon it. It did not need to have a sexual preference or anything like that. Okay, so it shows right there that this lady has used her own sexuality and portrayed it upon a child, and is desensitizing other kids to thinking this is what their identity consumes of, which it doesn't. There's only a couple basic needs of a child, which is food, water, shelter, education, consistency, guidance, structure. Healthcare is not on that list, but yes, healthcare is one of those things that a kid needs. So your kid watching the Owl House is not a necessity for them. It shouldn't be displayed in front of them about a bisexual character. They don't need to know about their sexual preferences or their gender identity. That stuff they can deal with later. But as a parent, you're only responsible for these things, and that's giving your kid food, water, education, healthcare, guidance, and just being a good role model. And the girl who's making this show is clearly not a good role model. She's portraying her own sexual identity and preference upon others, and especially as a child. It's just messed up. And this is spiritual warfare, and it's they really want to stray these kids away from Jesus, from the truth, the way, the truth, the life, right? That's Jesus. We know this. So they really want to just sway these kids away from that. There's just so many things wrong with this show. There's so many things wrong with Disney. And it's just so sad that this lady is putting her own issues, her own situations upon children. That's not okay for you to do. And, it's just really sad just how many kids are going to watch this and just absorb it all, and it's going to be in their brain. Anyways, that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and God bless you.